Hello, everyone, and welcome. Much for joining us for our AEFL Week celebration. So, Adult Education and Family Literacy Week is going to be bigger than better than ever because this year's theme is just celebrating our learners. And I'm so excited. I didn't introduce my name on the screen, but I am Shaketta Thomas. I am the current president of COABE. And I just want to say again, thank you so much for being EFL Week this year, be an opportunity to remind everyone how adult education changes lives, strengthen communities and families, support our employers, and transform our families. So today is Ready, Set, Celebrate AEFL Week, and we're going to talk about a lot of different ways that you can get involved and plug in during AEFL Week. I am not alone today. I have our CEO, Sharon Bonney. And Sharon, would you like to say a couple of words to address everyone?
Hello, everybody. Welcome. We're just delighted you're here today. You are joining the ranks of hundreds that will be celebrating adult education, getting prepared today, and thousands that will be celebrating across the nation during Adult Ed and Family Literacy Week. So thank you, Shaketta. I know I'll share a little bit more, but we're excited that you're sharing now.
Thank you, Sharon. We have a couple of our board members that are out there also listening in, and I'm sure they will engage with you during the chat. And I see a lot of different places, so I always get distracted. I'm like so focused in on what I'm supposed to be saying, but I get so excited when I see the chat lines blowing up. I've seen Mississippi, Louisiana, Hawaii. It seems like we have so many people joining in from everywhere across the nation, ready to celebrate our learners, celebrate our success during AEFL week. So we will demonstrate the value and the measurable impact that it does have and how you can get involved during AEFL week, whether you'll be with us in DC when we're all there together, or you can do it online and join in different ways. You can celebrate at your local level, within your programs, at your libraries, even some of the schools can have different things that demonstrate the value and measurable impact of adult education. And we're also just looking to find different ways to raise awareness in our communities. One thing that I always say is that no matter where you are, you can talk about adult education and the value and the impact that it have within your community. So if it's just standing in the grocery store and you have your adult ed shirt on, and oftentimes I go out and I have my Hope for Adult Education or I have my Transformation of Adult Education shirt on, and it sparks conversation. So you can do that at your local level, as well as do state campaigns. And I won't go all the way into detail. Sharon will give you other resources, but we want to see voices and the celebration rise from the local level all the way up to the national level with our neighbors and our friends and online. So, and I know Sharon's like, "Whoo, she talks so fast." Here's our schedule of events for AEFL week because I'm so excited. We're doing something totally new this year, and it always just gives me so much energy. So I hope it's giving you energy too. On Monday is our AEFL week kickoff for a week of learning in leadership and impact. We'll be doing a couple of different things in DC. So we ask that you follow us along and raise awareness and we want to know what you're doing in your communities. On Tuesday, the focus that we'll be having is building the case through data, measuring and communicating adult education return of investment. This is really serious for COABE. As we keep talking about our impact, we need to be able to show our impact. And the way that we do that is through data and numbers. And we talk about our return of investment alumni study. If you want to know more about that, please make sure you email us at info@coabe.org because we are always looking for more alumni that we can share their data and success stories with. And we'll be doing that in partnership with our Educate and Elevate Foundation. On Wednesday, we'll have our Adult Education Innovation Showcase, and we're going to be talking like lightning rounds, talks with local programs, because we want to really showcase success for our students, but also our program. So that's what's going on Thursday, and then we'll continue with more on. I'm sorry, that was on Wednesday. We'll continue with more on Thursday. We're going to have a very important employer roundtable talk from opportunity to employment, building career pathways. We're doing something in DC, like I said, but I hope you also talk about partnerships within your local communities because this is one of the things that we are truly focusing on, that adult education and employer partnerships and how beneficial it is to our learners. So we're going to be having a roundtable discussion. We hope you join in and listen in on that. And then on Friday, we're going to be showcasing the Talent Pipeline edition of the COABE Journal. So hopefully you guys have subscribed to the COABE Journal. We're doing this in conjunction with JFF, Job for the Futures, and also in partnership with Educate and Elevate. And again, we really want to drive down the importance of that talent pipeline. Oftentimes, employers go directly to the K-12, looking at their CTE programs and wanting to recruit there, oftentimes forgetting about adult education programs and adult learners who are ready and willing to go to work on day one. And research has shown us that our adult learners are very faithful and committed, not only to their learning programs at that level, but also to their employers. So we are really, really driving or trying to pull out and espouse the benefits of that partnership between adult education programs and also employers. So I hope you will be with us. And I think I saw Jeff in the chat, but Jeff will be back again this year with our Rise and Shine COABE podcast. It will be happening Monday through Friday from 10 to 11 in the morning. And Jeff talks to a little bit of everyone from around the nation, highlighting different programs, learner success stories, and also he talks with employers. So you never know what's going to be on the show, but it will always be great, as many of you have demanded that we have this today. I mean, again, this year. So make sure you sign up today to tune in to Jeff during AEFL week for our Rise and Shine COABE broadcast. And Jeff, I thought I saw you. So say hi to the people in the chat, Jeff. All right. We also are looking for more success stories. We love to celebrate our learners in adult ed. So I want you to head over to our website, kind of look a little bit about our resources. And while you're heading to our website, Sharon, will you tell them more about our learner success stories and what we actually showcase?
Absolutely. So, everybody, we are going to go to AEFL Week on COABE site, and I'm going to just show you around this. There's so many resources there that you can take advantage of that are free to you, of course. So here we are. All you have to do is go to COABE and check out our events over here, and you can see AEFL Week right there, or just type in COABE AEFL Week. It comes right up. You can see here there are so many different resources and opportunities for you. So first I wanted to show you that we have our talking points. And this right here will tell you many different ways you can, as well as just the general public and funders. This is available to you, of course, free of charge. It's a way for you to make the case for adult education. So, for example, educating adults creates stronger communities. Um, for example, adult education helps hardworking Americans secure employment and support themselves and their families. So you can go through all of these. That's available to you on our website. We also have the Media Ready Toolkit. This really is to help you get ready to talk to the press. This is available as well for you on the website. Just ways to talk to the press and get ready to do that. We really think it's important to reach out to the press as much as possible because a lot of times that's a way to get your learner or your local program on the news, or you could write to the press. You can be in a newspaper or have an article. You can have a blog, those sorts of things. And this will help you get ready for that. We also have our playbook. And when you click in here, there are so many different ways. We put this in a format that is easy for you to be able to click in and actually look at the different sorts of things that we're offering and advising and encouraging you to do, like, setting up a community event, for example. This gives you all the ways to do that. The planning checklist that you'd want to go through as you're preparing for that. Telling your story, being able to tell your story in such a way that you can change minds. One of my favorite ones, I'm going to just scroll on down here to number 7. We have here a downloadable Canva that you can use to put on your website, on social media, in an e-blast. We have sample messaging below. So this is a way for your local program to put out there that you're celebrating Adult Education and Family Literacy Week. We've tried to make it as easy as possible. There's even the sample post right here, for example. So lots of different tips and tricks that you can use as you're connecting. There's 10 pages here. We won't go through every one of them, but that's available to you as well. We also have this ROI calculator, return on investment calculator. So Shaketta had mentioned we love data at COABE. I want to give kudos to the Kansas Adult Education team because they were the ones who created this, Dr. Rex, along with Julie Clark. And they had demonstrated this at COABE 2026, and we just thought it was great. So you can click in here and you can access this tool, and this gives you a way to be able to actually showcase how your program is not only contributing to the bottom line for your economy, but also how it's helping your adult learner. So it can show your adult learner over the course of time, they'll get 175.6% return on their investment. So you would be able to go in here and enter the cost per student, the administrative costs, facility costs, and you'll see it goes right through and you're able, and we're going to do a more in-depth presentation on this during Adult Ed and Family Literacy Week, but this is another tool right here that you can use. Okay, we also wanted to show you we have a national Padlet. Last year, there were over 600 activities that took place during Adult Ed and Family Literacy Week. We want to encourage you to use this. You can go in and enter your activity, and it'll show up after it's approved by our admin on our national Padlet. So this is another great way to elevate what's taking place all across the nation at the local, state, and national level. Now here we have all of the schedule of events and activities that we at COABE are hosting for the field. Ready, Set, Celebrate, of course, is right now. We had nearly 300 that registered for this. Then we have the daily Rise and Shine podcast. I know Shaketta mentioned a little bit about this. One of the things I love about this podcast, it really uplifts the field of, or the voice of the field. So this is where teachers, administrators, learners, state advocate fellows, state association presidents, workforce partners can get on and talk about what they're doing in the field, how they're partnering together, the successes they've seen. So I just want to encourage you to take a minute to sign up to be a guest. I think we only have 40 slots, so I encourage you to get in there and sign up if you'd like to be featured. This really is a very beloved opportunity for our field to just really amplify their voice. Then we have our kickoff event at 11 o'clock. We do this every year in partnership with either Department of Ed or Department of Labor. So be on the lookout for more information there. You can sign up. You get to hear from them, hear what's a priority for these leaders, and then also hear from COABE as well. Shaketta's already mentioned these other webinars, so I'm just going to hit on one other one here, which is Adult Education Innovation Showcase featuring lightning talks with local programs. You're going to see a little bit down on this website where you can actually submit to be featured. So let's head on down and we'll check that out. And we're going to come back up here in just a second. Right here, you can see where you can submit your innovation here. And this has also gone out on eBlast, where we're asking, do you have an innovation that's worth sharing? Would you like to be front and center on the national stage? So if you do, I encourage you to submit right here and share with us about that. We also would love to hear your inspiring adult learner stories. So you can share those with us too. Um, I also wanted to mention that we have these data sheets. This is the Adult Education's Return on Investment data sheets. You can click right in and see some amazing data on the impact that adult education is having in so many different ways. So this is workforce reentry and economic contributions, English proficiency and career pathways, adult literacy and high school equivalency, and then that intergenerational mobility and family literacy. So lots of great data and information right here that you can use with your, the general public, with those who want to know about what you're that making the case for adult education in your community. Here you go. They're right here, newly redesigned. And I want to also mention this is in partnership with the Educate and Elevate Foundation. Last but not least, we have these social media icons here that you're welcome to use. This has been really popular in the past on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram, as well as on X. So that is really, in a nutshell, what we have put together for Adult Education and Family Literacy Week. Um, Shaketta and I, along with Hector Martinez, will be in DC during Adult Ed and Family Literacy Week. We have a lot of meetings lined up, so we'll be there. We also know that our partners over at NAFTA are going to be there. So I want to just click in real quick and show you. NAFTA is the National Association for the Transformation of Adult Education, and they are the voice of adult ed. So if you're looking to advocate, we encourage you to check out their website. I've pulled it up right here. You can register to join them on the Hill. And this is generously sponsored by Essential Education and Dollar General Literacy Foundation. They have a lot of information here for you. So really want to encourage you to check that out. And then last but not least, I also just wanted to mention that here at COABE, we are always looking for just their stories and innovations. We know that adult education really is that celebration that for AEFL week about all that you're engaged in. So please reach out at any point, as Shaketta said. I'm going to stop sharing my screen here because we actually have a survey and we want to hear from you what you'll be doing during adult education, having gotten that quick overview, which we know you'll go in and check it out on your own. But having gotten that overview, what are you planning to do? So here we are. I'm going to launch this here. Take a minute and let us know what tools and resources are you considering for AEFL week. And I see people are filling this out, Shaketta, which is great. I'll give them just a minute here.
That is very amazing, and I'm so excited to see that they are on there. And I just want to, you too can get involved. And I know sometimes showcasing the works of our students may be a little challenging, but there's different ways to get your security and your institutions involved with celebrating success. Because oftentimes people are just not aware and they don't know how to support and celebrate us, but you can hold different things inside of your institutions and use some of these resources there. So, Sharon, I just wanted to put that out there that you're not limited just because you're behind bars, and we are celebrating all students no matter where they are.
That's great. Yes. There are 3.2 million learners. There are 2,384 local programs. There's over 100,000 active members of COABE. So I just say that because there are so many different spaces and places where adult education is taking place, right? And our goal is that you'll celebrate local, state, and national level. You can celebrate with COABE online, as Shaketta mentioned, or in person. There's just so many opportunities. So I am going to end the poll here. I see that we have had over 100 responses, and it looks like there's going to be a lot of interaction. So I just launched this here so you can all see um, just as I'm going through the ready to use graphics looks like a real winner here. Oh, maybe that's the most. Okay, great. Well, I'll stop sharing and I will now, I'm going to check the chat box because I see 91 comments. So I want to check real quick. I want to thank Erin Vobornik, who is our executive director for NAFTA, who is here in the chat box, noting that there is information on the Flood the Hill event that they are hosting. All right. Well, I do not see any further questions. I think I will turn this over to Shaketta for some final words here. And I will say that we're very excited about having you join us live or in person. I'm sorry, live or online, um, local, state, or national level, and using the resources that are free on our website. So, Shaketta?
And so, yes, I was going through some questions, and I don't know if this one was answered, but one of the questions, and I wasn't sure how to answer it, and maybe they can clarify, is will there be a replay? Did you capture that one? And so I was just like, okay. What I'm taking away is that people are really loving what we're putting out here in different ways to celebrate. And Sharon, you just went through a plethora of options, and I saw the poll, and there was a lot of responses of a lot of different things people will do. And I know for some of you who may be social media shy, like I am trying to step out of my shyness of all the public speaking, getting on for webinars, and now LinkedIn and Facebook. I am not the one for it all the time, but I realize that this is where people are seeing us at. This is where our messages can be amplified. And so it's okay. Sometimes we got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable to share and spread the things that we love, that we care about, and that we are passionate about. And I know that all of you here share the same passion as Sharon and I, and that is for our learners and our programs. Adult education is everything to us. So when you're participating in these activities, you don't have to wait to the day of. Amplify it, let people know that these things are going on in your local community so that others can celebrate with you. Tag Sharon, tag myself, tag COABE in these events because we want to help you share that message. I have become the queen of reposting, and I will repost whatever you have out there because I want all to know the great work that we do. And if there's anything that I can say in closing, it is thank you so much for everything that you guys are doing, how much work you're putting in to the success of your programs, to the success of your learners, and being willing to participate during AEFL week so others know about the great things that are happening. And so thank you. And I'll turn it back over to Sharon.
Great. Okay. Well, thank you, Shaketta. Thank you to all of our guests here. We are excited to collaborate with you. We're available to you. If you have any questions or concerns, email us. You can always get us to kind of day or night. We're here. My parting words would just be as we think about the adult learners whose oftentimes they do not have a voice, their voice has been muffled over the years. We just want to celebrate their successes. We want to amplify what's taking place in that local program level, which is done with such excellence. And our goal really is just provide you tools and resources to do that. So that's what this webinar is for, is to show you there on our website. We've got all those resources. I put them in the chat box as well. And we hope that we will see you during Adult Ed and Family Literacy Week. So ready, set, celebrate. We look forward to seeing you during Adult Ed and Family Literacy Week. Thank you, everybody, for all that you do all year long. Bye now.